The story of Undermine begins with some explosive news. Hey, you remember that suspicious war down in the Ringing Deeps? Someone just blasted it to pieces. Renzek, the Shiv, is a goblin member of the SI-7, Stormwind's intelligence agency. In other words, he's a goblin who's aligned with the Alliance rather than the Horde, and if you're a goblin yourself, you can challenge him on that. Working for the Alliance seems kinda like you're turning your back on us goblins, Renzek. Look, pal, the Alliance did right by me, the Horde did right by you. Don't make this a thing. Renzek also doesn't get any voiced lines, including in the quests that are already live. I can only assume this is because working for so long in the Secret Service meant he speaks in a very soft whisper, too low to hear. Gazlo, on the other hand, is about the most Horde a goblin can be. Even when he was technically neutral, he helped build Orgrimmar, more than once. These days, he's the trade prince of the Bilgewater Cartel, so the leader of us goblins loyal to the Horde. If something is happening along that wall, we gotta get on it. That's where Elwayna felt the problems were brewing. Elwayna is one of the mysterious Paranoia. We don't know much about them, other than they are the sworn guardians of great roots that may be the roots of the very first world tree. The rest of the Paranoia don't approve of Elwayna spending time with us outsiders, but she's more worried about the black blood that has been threatening the roots. I know we are close to answers. I cannot stop now. But, as Renzek says, there's a brand new hole where a wall used to be near Opportunity Point in the Ringing Deeps, so we head over to investigate.
My visions led me to that wall. I would go with you to see what is behind it.
On arrival, we discover goblins have already set up a toll booth. This toll booth has to be brand new.
I gotta reward the effort. Look at them.
Renzek seems suspicious. There's way too many goblins here for this to be as innocent as a toll booth. We've stumbled on a big operation. We can chat to Elwayna about the fact that she seems so much friendlier these days. I go where my visions guide me. I notice you aren't hiding as much. I try to honor my people's tradition, but the visions and stopping the black blood come first. Gazlo seems extremely amused by the goblin's innovation, but thinks it's best to probably just pay the fee for now.
Look, we just want to visit the mining camp.
You ain't going nowhere till you pay.
Goblins can make an attempt to talk our way in, approaching Biff, the Q Order enforcer. You no pay toll, I make your head roll. Who uses the Gallywix priority lane? Lane isn't for Gallywix, just name good. Lane named after Gallywix, so he no shut us down. He like his name on things. I'm Gallywix's second cousin twice removed. I'd like to use the VIP lane. Already saw 4 second cousins today, thinking you telling lies. A toll booth assistant warns us, you don't want to be shot? You pay the toll. That still applies to fancy pants from Kazan like you. Netted cheapskates nearby show us what happens to people who try to avoid paying. I shouldn't have tried to skip the toll. Those Blackwater mean business. We approach the toll booth entrepreneur. There's lots of business heading to the North Venture mining camps lately. That's big bucks for us. You want to go in? You pay the toll. Simple. Why are you letting some of those goblins in without paying? Oh, they've got Darkview's work badges. We don't upset the Darkview's enforcement. Blackwater's got a good thing going on here. If the boss man ain't picking on us, we ain't gonna upset that apple cart. I want to haggle about the price. I love to haggle, but today the price is set. We're still setting up our coupons and deals. We'd like to go to the mining camp.
Here. This should cover us.
All paid. Move along.
Renzek continues to be suspicious. The manager is deflecting. See what the workers know while we distract him. Usually it's not too hard to find some loose lips among unhappy workers. Once again, we can ask Elwayna for her thoughts. What do you think of all this chaos? I'm glad Gazlo and Renzek are here. I'm used to working at a greater distance from people. They seem to thrive in this environment. The manager is Fazzo Fusebucket. What do you want to talk about? I'd much rather chat than work, you know what I mean? Trailer's got trouble at home in Undermine, behind on her rent money. It's a scandal. Ishkickle takes naps behind the bomb shed during work hours. Abery is a tireless worker. It's obnoxious. She's probably after my job. What else? Some strange goblin is poking around our business. Yes, I mean you. We can also have quite a long chat with Montagazlo at this point about the different cartels. Sure, I can explain the cartels. They're basically big groups that focus on some specific areas of business. There are 4 major cartels currently in Undermine: Steamweedle Cartel, Venture Company, Blackwater Cartel, and Bilgewater Cartel. Darkview's enforcement is new. They don't seem like a proper cartel. Darkviews seem more like Gallywix's personal enforcers to me. Who are the Bilgewater? Well, that's who we work for, along with the other goblins in the Horde. I get the honor of being the trade prince. Most folks know us as the engineers and masters of all things that go boom. That's pretty accurate, honestly, but what do you think? I know I don't have to tell you the Bilgewater have had a rough time of things. Jaster Gallywix was the trade prince just before me. Thrall asked me to take over after Gallywix abandoned the cartel and the Horde. Gallywix made some bad deals and didn't want to stick around when the bill came due. Who are the Blackwater? The Blackwater Cartel is led by Baron Revelgaz. He was the Baron of Booty Bay and leader of the Blackwater Raiders when they were pirates. Now he's a trade prince, and the Blackwater are a cartel focusing on controlling trade and shipping. If it has to do with travel, Blackwater's the crew. Revelgaz is a decent guy though, if you don't mind the piracy thing. Who are the Venture Company? The Venture Company is a cartel that prizes profit over everything else, usually. They're mostly into lumber or any other natural resource they can find. If they can dig it up or cut it down, Venture Company is going to make money off it. Their drilling and cutting gear ain't half bad either. I don't know who their leader is right now. It was Mogul Razdunk for a while, but not anymore. Not after the Motherlode debacle. Who are the Steamweedle? The Steamweedle Cartel is where I used to work. You see them at Gadgerstan, Mudsprocket, Ratchet, everywhere. They've done everything. These days, they're known for their alchemy, potions, and poison, selling the best product they can make. Marin Noggenfogger, a friend of mine, took over as trade prince a while back. He's well known for his Noggenfogger elixirs. Can members of cartels change cartels? You're not bailing on me, are ya? Hope not. We need sharp goblins like you. But yeah, I used to work for the Steamweedle Cartel. Then Thrall asked me if I wanted to run Bilgewater. How could I turn that down? I'll try and do right by you, but if another cartel offers you a better deal, take it. We chat to the workers that Fazzo mentioned. Trailer, you don't look like Darkview's inspectors. What can you tell me about the Darkviews? Darkview's enforcements are the security and overseers of this outfit, so they think they can push everyone else around. And they can. I'm here to track work hours of the Venture team. Pure admin gig. So, excuse me, I gotta get back to work. I just want to finish my contract and bring my cash back to pay my rent in Undermine. Thanks for the info.
I just handle the paperwork and try to stay off the Darkview's radar.
Ish Kickle, I didn't sign up for this. What's the job here? This was a Venture Company mining operation, but now lots of cartels are getting their hands into things. The best jobs are up here in the north. The jobs in the south are the worst, I heard. In the southern work sites, workers just disappear, and hazard pay is only an added 10%. It's awful. Thanks for the info.
This is bad, but at least I'm not in the South Mines.
And Abery. Come to blame me for the war too? I inventory the explosives, but I don't decide where they go. What happened here? Hey, our job is to get things done, not ask a bunch of questions. Some order came in to blow up the wall, so we did it. If somebody sent a bogus work order, that's not on us.
Somebody wanted a hole in the wall. I don't know who, but it sure wasn't the Darkviews.
So, somebody wanted the wall to be blown up, but who and why remains a mystery. Gaslow wonders if they were trying to get our attention, and apparently something really big is going on with this mining operation. He wants to investigate further, but needs us to make a nice big distraction. Orwena also wants a closer look. She's worried black blood might be involved.
I fear I know what they are digging up. Let us be sure.
I will use your distraction to learn more. During our investigation, we discover orders from Gallywix promising a big reward for anyone with information about the exploded wall.
I want the head of whoever brought down that wall. The goblin who brings me the culprit gets a promotion and a corner office at the Galagio.
Unfortunately, Orwena's fears are well-founded.
This is black blood. They must be bringing it from the south.
We ask a micromanager, Zerdo, to tell us more. A new face. Great to see you. I'm Zerdo, and I specialize in getting people what they need. Welcome to my shipping desk. How can I help? I'd like to learn more about the process here.
Meet me by the south gate, friend. I'll clock out and clue you in.
South. That seems more like what I saw in my vision.
We meet up with Renzik again. The employees are being worked to death based on these time cards.
Let me just clock out over here. So let's get what you need, eh? I accept gold as a tip. You know, if my info's useful.
Over here!
Gaslow seems pleased with our work, especially the fact that we brought him a new informer.
I saw the black blood in my visions, but not all of that machinery.
How's about a tour?
Yet again, Renzik is suspicious. Trusting this skeevy guy feels like a bad idea, but he could have useful intel. I'm keeping an eye on him. Gaslow is a little more accepting. Look, we can't just assume the worst of everybody. Their situation has been bad for years. And Owena is worried. If Zerdo can give us more information about this mining operation, I would like to hear it. But I feel we should get moving. We accept Zerdo's seemingly generous offer of a tour. You don't mind if I charge by the minute, do ya? Ha, I'm just kidding. We can chat about some kind of payment in Gutterville, assuming you enjoyed the tour. This guy's just stolen.
It's fine. He's there though. Show us what you got.
Sure thing, boss. This way. On your left, Venture's new Mark 78 Black Blood Extractor. Woo! Give it a whirl! Imagine how much black blood that baby has dug up. Am I right? Oh, it's low on coolant.
Everybody move!
Well, you know, that happens a lot. Let's go to the town.
We've had a lack of coolant lately. They're hoarding it down south, I bet. Besides, the X-78 was always more buggy than the X-71.
Okay, let's go.
Zerdo, wait. Oh, Wayna, are you okay?
What have they done? I must have a closer look.
Stick with Owena. Catch up with us at Gutterville when you can. Owena is horrified by the operations. Giant pipes carry black blood in massive volumes, and she's never seen the land become infected this quickly. She decides to act.
Follow me. We will stop this atrocity. Nature rejects you! There are more. It begins to falter. We must finish this. Foul thing! Wait. Someone's coming.
Don't touch that! What are you doing?
The black blood. You have no idea.
I know it's bad, but you're making things worse.
The goblin Pamsy tries to appeal to us. Tell your bat-eared friend to calm down. Harming the pipes will just make more of the black blood get everywhere. Owena is mistrustful, but Pamsy convinces us to meet her in Gutterville, insisting she agrees the black blood is bad.
It's dangerous here. We can talk more in town.
We can ask her why she works for the venture company, but it turns out she gives as good as she gets. You work for the Bilgewater, right? There was a time when they weren't so nice. Remember who your old boss was? Apparently, Gutterville is filled with Gallywix's spies, so Pamsy asks us to help clear them out. Gaslow thinks it's also worth paying attention to the information Gallywix seems so interested in.
Hold up. I see a goblin I know. Hey there, friend!
Zerdo is hanging about, and we can ask him a few things. Old Zerdo is here to help. You just let me know what you need. What do you make of these spies? Information's key around here. You're lucky I'm here to help, so you don't get lost or talk to the wrong guy. Just be sure you only trust your friends, like old Zerdo. Can you tell me more about the Dark Fuse? The Dark Fuse enforcement? Sure, pal. Some venture company miners are lazy, so Gallywix hired the Dark Fuse to empower everyone to work faster. More enforcers is better, is Gallywix's motto. When they showed up here, it worked great for Gallywix, getting lots of product. Now he's using them everywhere. I hear the Dark Fuse are recruiting in Undermine, poaching top people from every cartel. He pays better, so it's pretty tempting. He doesn't take just anyone though. These spies aren't gonna make the cut, poor saps. Can you imagine betraying your cartel and then you still end up working for them? What do you know about Gutterville and the Black Blood pipeline? Gallywix was interested in this Black Blood stuff, so any way we could find it was worth a lot. Venture Company bought this contract to do the digging and set up camps. We founded Gutterville, and some other cartels are trying to make some cash here too. The pipeline that sends this stuff up to distribution wasn't engineered by Pamsy. It was some other guy. He's dead now. Nasty sickness. It happens further down in the south. Goblins get really sick and disappear. You should trust old Zerda on this one. Don't get sent down there. We sought out some greedy turncoats and joined Gazlo while he chats to the goblin he recognized, Keeble. Keep your voice down. Of course I recognize Gazlo, but we gotta keep this on the down low. Can you tell me what's going on here in Gutterville?
They can't talk now. Try old crazy Benny. He'll tell you some weird stuff, but he gets facts mixed in too.
Oh, sorry to put you on the spot. Thanks.
Keeble does tell us, the mining situation just gets worse the further south you go. I'd say this camp is medium-level misery. We head over to meet Conspiracy Theory Benny.
You saw... ghosts?
You looking for the real truth? I've got all the juicy stuff, but we gotta whisper. What have you seen lately? Benny checks behind him and on the ceiling as if expecting ghosts to be up there. It isn't just goblins. There are weird ghosts spying on us too, all wrapped in bandages. My uncle's niece's foreman saw some ghostly shape dematerialize. I saw one skulking around just yesterday, all sneaky-like, with a bandaged face. Plus, I think the pinch are in on it. They've been trained by Gallywix. Benny makes pinching motions with his hands and points at the exit. Bandaged ghosts? That sounds an awful lot like the Ethereal. Same as Illyria's mentor, Locust Walker. What are all these spies trying to find? Benny looks around nervously, then speaks. Gallywix is giving up big rewards to find the folks working against him. It's turning all the goblins against each other. Pamsy knows the truth, I think. Pamsy?
Look, this project is slowly killing my crew. Blowing up the wall was my cry for help.
That was you? I knew you was worth something. I got a reward to collect. See ya, losers.
Oh, the smoke. I can't see a thing.
So, Zerdo wasn't our friend after all, but at least now we know Pamsy was the one who blew up the wall, and we can ask her about it. Everything's become a terrible mess. Why did you explode the wall? It was a big risk to do it, but I was out of options. I couldn't get help from Undermine, they got their own problems. So, I made some noise and hoped that someone out your way would care about this black blood. Looks like I was right. Pamsy explains that she's worried about her crew and she leads us to the pump station where they've been assigned to work.
Help me save my folks from the dark fuse and this job, and I'll help you shut it all down.
We are aligned in purpose.
My engineers. I thought if I just got him under Undermine.
Zerdo's betrayal has had fatal results, but Pamsy believes some of her engineers are still alive and asks us to go help them.
I won't let the Dark Fuse or Gallywix bully us. We're shutting this all down.
I'll give you a hand, Pamsy. Buddy, save the rest of her crew.
Owena needs us to destroy the manifestations rising from the Black Blood.
My visions are clouded. I need to clear my head.
We find and rescue Keats. Everything out here is on fire, literally and figuratively. Pamsy sent me. The pump station's safe.
Headed back to the station.
Razzie, I hate this place.
I'll go check in with Pamsy.
And Glizzer, what are you doing here? This place is deadly.
Thanks for saving me.
Back at the pump station, we can find Pamsy's remaining crew mourning the friends they've lost. Our team's been cut in half. It's hard to be positive. Everything feels pretty hopeless. Pamsy is making us rest up. I'm sure she'll solve things though. She's our boss for good reason. Gazlo has some good news for us.
We have a plan.
It starts with killing the Dark Fuse leader, Gozik. Gazlo and Pamsy have decided the best way to deal with the pump station is to freeze the entire thing. We just need coolant.
Bring the coolant. We'll be ready for it.
Renzek discovered Gozek while tracking Zerdo. We need to kill him and see if we can find any proof that Zerdo managed to snitch to him. You'll find Overseer Gozek in the south by the huge drop-off. Zerdo's a slippery goblin. Where'd Zerdo go? I was able to track Zerdo's path down to the south near some huge digging machines, but then I lost the trail. We pick up a few chill burst canisters from the black blood slimes that have been eating them. VentureCo's largest coolant containers are freezing to the touch, and we get our revenge on Gozek.
Zerdo warned me about you. I can't die out here.
Sure enough, Gozek drops correspondence from Zerdo. A letter from Zerdo detailing Pamsy's involvement in opening the war, attracting attention to Gallywix's black blood mining. This will prove Zerdo snitched on Pamsy, causing Gozek to attack her engineers. We return with the canisters and the proof.
This'll be a snap.
And Gazlo tells us the plan. With Awena's help, we can target all the small leaks in the pipes so that the coolant can get inside and freeze the whole thing solid.
The real effort begins now. Let's do it.
I'll join you above and scout the weak points in the pipe.
Loading up the chill burst canisters. Come on.
Before we leave, we can tell Pamsy we're sorry about her family. I appreciate that. I'll take some time to grieve later. Right now, we need to help the living. We can also chat with Glizzer. Undermine is terrible. It felt like a great opportunity to get out of there to work here, but this is just as bad, with Darkview's overseers like Gozek. Keats, let's get these canisters on board for you. Aim well. And Razzie. Shutting down this pump station will cause Gallywix problems for sure. We hop on Pamsy's rocket board.
I can see weak spots in the pipeline. I will mark them.
Needless to say, the plan works well.
That might have been more satisfying than a big explosion.
Renzek is worried about the engineers and suggests we have a chat with them. We speak with Razzie. We stopped the job, but we already sent so much of the black blood to Undermine. They have tons of it. That's awful.
We cannot let black blood spread.
Keats? Gallywix just pushed his way in with a new crew and new guns. It ain't right. Why don't no one do nothing about it? Somebody should. Gallywix has to be stopped once and for all. And Glizzer. These were my friends. They came out here to get away from all the backstabbing and infighting in Undermine. I'm sorry, Glizzer.
Undermine needs someone looking out for the little guy.
With that done, our next step is Undermine. Pamsy has a contact who's going to help us out when we get there. We chat to Gazlo. If Pamsy has access, we get our friends out of Undermine and be home before you know it. And tell him Renzek has another idea. Gallywix cannot be trusted with something like black blood. It looks like we got business in Undermine.
You got business in Undermine. I ain't ever going back there.
I thought you were the one who wanted to build a better world for goblins.
Any goblin who wants a better world has already left Undermine, like we did. Look, maybe we can get some others out.
It's their home. They shouldn't have to leave. I gave up everything when I left. Family, friends. I won't make anyone else do that.
All right. We'll take a look around. But I'm not going there to start a war.
Don't worry. That's my job. Gazlo and Renzek ride ahead on their rocket boards, and Pamsy offers us the same.
Ride the rocket board if you want, or meet me up by the rocket drill. I'll get you into Undermine.
We arrive to find Pamsy has already organized papers for us so we can access the Goblin City.
I got your papers. Just tell her you're with me.
She tells us she's staying behind for now. I'm not going to Undermine now. I want to make sure I'm not leaving anyone behind. I'll catch up with you soon though. I sent word to my friend Grimla Fizzlecrank. She'll help you out. A rocket drill safety manual can be found nearby. Keep parts of all bodies inside the rocket drill during transit. Seatbelts may be provided at your destination. If seats are unavailable, one may be purchased at the destination. The rocket drills operate at unsafe noise levels. Warning sirens may be disabled to avoid startling drill operators. Rocket drills move at high speeds and make sudden stops. Unplanned stops may be followed by unscheduled explosions. Some safety may occur. Void where prohibited. Despite all that, we show Stelia our papers so that she'll let us on the rocket drill. Wow, is that a Kazan accent? That takes me back. Got the proper papers for Undermine? We arrive at Slam Central Station to find Grimla is already waiting for us.
Hey, over here! Pamsy sent word about what happened in the Ring and Deeps. I'm here to get you reacquainted with Undermine.
Most of the characters have gossip. Renzik, we've been betrayed before, but I've got a good feeling about Grimla if Pamsy's vouching for her. Orwena, this Undermine is very unsettling, but it must be where my visions were leading me. Grimla, you're from Kazan? You ever see football games there? I heard they got wild. A fun little reference to the Goblin starting area, but Gazlo seems uncomfortable here. I ain't been in Undermine in so long, I could use the help. What about you, Gazlo?
It hasn't been long enough.
Gazlo tells us it's the same old Undermine, still, something feels off. Even so, we finally reached Undermine along with the end of the first chapter, Trust Issues. The story continues in the second chapter, Undermine Awaits, but that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, all that good YouTube stuff. I'd also like to gently highlight my Patreon where you can support the channel directly. Finally, you can find me on Blue Sky or Twitch where I'm always happy to talk about all things lore. So while that's all for now, hopefully I'll see you again soon.